Hello, welcome to the Jim RPG Show. CD Projekt Red, the developers and publishers of Cyberpunk 2077, they continue to be embroiled in more controversy. So the latest news is that Sony have delisted Cyberpunk 2077 off their PS Store. Now this is obviously in response to the fact that a lot of gamers complained about the game-breaking bugs and performance issues of the game, so I guess they're taking it down until all of this stuff gets cleared up. Now, CD Projekt Red earlier on in the week, they issued a letter to gamers saying if they had problems with the game, they should get a refund from the Sony PS Store or the Xbox Store. Now, this is not actually CD Projekt Red's call to make, and I think that's why Sony are upset at them, and that's why they've taken the game down. So we're going to take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at the review process, because CD Projekt Red effectively hid the PlayStation 4 version of the game from consumers, and that's probably why we're getting such controversy, because consumers didn't really get the game that they got in the reviews. And we're also going to take a look at, well, when this game is actually going to come back. So we're going to take a look at some statements from CD Projekt Red earlier on in the week to see if we can, I guess, speculate when the game might actually come back onto the PlayStation Store. Alright, if you like this video, make sure to click the like button and also to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Okay, so we have a tweet here from Ask PlayStation, who effectively are announcing that they're going to be giving refunds for Cyberpunk 2077, and effectively they're saying SIE strives to ensure a high level of customer satisfaction, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store and want a refund. Now there's a bit more to the message, and they said SIE, which is Sony, they will be removing Cyberpunk 2077 from PlayStation Store until further notice. Once we have confirmed that you purchased Cyberpunk 2077 via PlayStation Store, we will begin processing your refund. Please note that completion of the refund may vary based on your payment method and financial institution. So as far as I'm aware, I don't think there have been any game as big as Cyberpunk 2077 anyway to get delisted from the PlayStation Store, especially because of game-breaking bugs. Now, there might be some smaller games out there who try to weasel their way through and try to get on the store, but then end up getting delisted because the game is broken, or there might be controversial issues with the game, but not a big game like Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I want to go back to CD Projekt Red's apology letter, because I think this actually has some interesting information hidden inside of it, particularly when they're actually going to be releasing those patches to fix the game, which might also give us hints to when this game might come back onto the PlayStation Store. So the first thing I want to say is that it says, "We would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last-gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Second, we'll fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Now, the game has been delisted from the store, but it doesn't mean that it's been delisted from people's accounts. So if you've bought it already, well, you're still going to get the patch in the next 7 days. Now it says here, after the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch 1 in January. This will be followed by patch 2 in February. Now, I feel like the game will probably release after this second patch, because I don't think CDPR or even Sony want to take chances on this again to become another media backlash. So I think the game will probably come out after the second patch. Now, whether that they bring that second patch forward, maybe they can do it with more resources. Maybe they bring that earlier, but they're going to try and fix a lot of these bugs and before they actually re-release the game again. Now, you might be asking, well, how did they get past the certification process in the first place? And in one of their conference calls to their shareholder meeting, CD Projekt Red said they were able to get around the certification process, just getting an agreement with the platform holder saying they will fix these issues before launch. And now this is not uncommon, so it's not like it's controversial or anything, but a lot of developers, there's a period of time where they're doing certification. This might be like 2 months out, and they will say, well, we're going to fix all of these bugs before launch, and usually that happens. So this is nothing new. It's just that they couldn't get it done in time in this case. Now, this third paragraph is really interesting because this effectively shows that CD Projekt Red didn't collaborate with Sony on whether they're going to be asking for a refund or not. So it says here, finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchases. We would appreciate if you would give us a chance, but if you are not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox respectively. For box versions, please try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at helpmerefund@cdprojectred.com. And starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020. Now, nowhere did it say that they talked to Sony about this, and if they did, it would say Sony and CD Projekt Red have decided to agree together to give you a refund. Now, CD Projekt Red are a developer on Sony's platform. Sony are the platform holders, so effectively you can think of them as the owner or the boss, if you like. And CD Projekt Red don't actually get to make this call to decide whether they can give out refunds on Sony's platform, because this is what happens is Sony collects the money on their platform, and then they give out their developer royalties and developer sales or revenue for the game. It's not the other way around. It's not that CD Projekt Red are the ones taking the money first and then giving a portion of it to Sony. So for CD Projekt Red to say this and not actually collaborate with Sony on the refund, well, that's effectively saying that CD Projekt Red get to make overriding decisions on Sony's platform. And I think that is where Sony is really upset, because Sony is saying, hey, we've got policies in place, because normally they would never allow a refund on the Sony system. They would say it has to be faulty before they can give the refund. So it has to be broken on your system, and because you got this standardized hardware, this console, it has to be broken on pretty much everyone's system before they give out a refund. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the review process, because I think this article illustrates what actually happened with the review process and why it was so restrictive and hid the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions from gamers. So this article is from VentureBeat. It's by Jeff Grubb. It says, it feels like CD Projekt Red used reviewers to help fool customers. CD Projekt Red designed the Cyberpunk 2077 review process with the purpose of getting the best possible reviews while minimizing the media's opportunities to inform their audiences about the flaws. The media is complicit in this and must take its share of the blame, but CDPR also minimized the opportunity for reviewers to understand what they were agreeing to take part in. So here are the things that CDPR did that were manipulative, according to Jeff Grubb. So it says here, the company never showed Cyberpunk 2077 running on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One prior to release. It said explicitly that the game runs surprisingly well on those systems, and that link there goes to a shareholder meeting where one of the managers said that it runs well on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Through its external PR, it suggested that console codes were ready to go prior to release. It then quietly only let reviewers experience the game on PC. Even on PC, however, it wouldn't let critics post footage of bugs and crashes until 2 days after the game nailed its initial reviews. And during the process, CDPR never communicated to the audience or to the media that the PS4 or Xbox One versions would run significantly worse. Now, just going back to that point on PC, what you actually saw in those videos were actually footage from CDPR that they supplied for these video reviews. So all of these video reviews, you saw the same footage on all of them, or effectively what people call B-roll. And the people actually playing the game, they weren't actually recording the footage, or if they were only allowed to post that 2 days after the video review. So everybody who went to search for Cyberpunk 2077 review, they would get the best looking version, which didn't have bugs. So that's what they're talking about when they're saying they're actually hiding the actual product And those video reviews that you actually see, they're basically audio reviews with video footage from Cyberpunk 2077. So let's wrap this up and talk about what's going to happen from here. So I see this as two issues right now. One is the bugs issue, and the second is the performance issues. So number one, the bugs. So they're going to bring out two big patches, one in January and one in February, which will hopefully fix a lot of the game-breaking bugs on this game. And hopefully after that, it will be a reasonable experience. I guess there will probably still be bugs in the game, but they won't be game breaking as such, and you'll be able to just, I guess, ignore some of those little minor things in the game, hopefully anyway. And who knows, maybe it will come out earlier now, because they would want to do this as quick as they can, because it's not on the digital store right now, so they're losing revenue for it not being on the store, so they'd want to do these patches as quick as they can. So number two is the performance issues, and I think you see, especially if you go and watch the digital Foundry video for that, I think you can see that it's running at a pretty low resolution and pretty low frame rate. Now, I think they will be able to fix some of those in relation to the bugs, some of those areas where it's like a localized problem, like if you're walking down an alley and it suddenly drops to 10 frames per second. So I think they can fix some of those issues, but I think the general performance, they're probably not going to improve on that. So it's still going to be like a 900p dynamic down to 720p, and maybe the frame rate will slightly be, I guess, more steady, but you're not going to get a massive improvement to like 1080p to 30 frames per second, for example, because it's just not possible on the hardware with the game that they've got. They would have to pare back the game by a significant amount, a margin for them to do that. So I guess if you're waiting for the game to get to 1080p and 30, then it's not going to happen. But if you're okay with the game at 900p, 720p, then I guess, yeah, you can keep the game, wait for these patches to come out to hopefully resolve some of those minor performance issues. Okay, so that's going to be it for me for this one. If you like this video, make sure to click the like button and also to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.